And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Teutopolis, where today the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes at 14-1 host the Effingham St. Anthony Bulldogs at 9-5. The Bulldogs, the defending Class 2A state champion, taking on a shoe squad that hasn't lost in about a month. They've won. The Shoes have won 12 games in a row, going all the way back to Columbia back in late March, and the Shoes are sending out Gavin Addis today. He's a junior. He will take on Brock Fearday, the senior stud duck for the St. Anthony Bulldogs. We will have the starting lineups in today's game and get the play ball after the national anthem. Having an issue or two with the recording of the anthem, but we'll see if we can't get it worked out. It looks like I'm not certain that the device is turned on.
I think it's turned off. I didn't turn that on.
There we go. The final strains of our national anthem as we get set here for the Shoes versus the Bulldogs on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Teutopolis. You really couldn't get much better than the weather here today. It is a gorgeous 72 degrees and sunny. The wind blowing from southeast to the northwest, but mainly south to north, which will make it a fun field out in left, as the left fielders may have opportunities to watch some balls sail over their heads today. But certainly a different opponent here today for the Shoes than it was on Thursday, as Shoes come in off of a big 17-2 win over the Dietrich moving Maroons. That's the thing. You look at how the Shoes have played lately. They haven't had any close games to speak of in the last several weeks, as a win over Dietrich 17-2, Robinson 11-0, Salem 10-0, Flora 11-1, Richland County only by 3 runs, 6-3. That's about the closest they've been in a couple of weeks. You look at St. Anthony coming in with a good record, 9-5 on the season, but the Bulldogs have lost 4 out of their last 5. Now, don't get me wrong. They are. It's not like they're not playing anybody. They've lost to Marion in 9 innings last week, 5-4, and lost to a good Waltonville squad, 4-0 on the 14th last Tuesday. Prior to that, they knocked off Carmel University High School Saturday before last, 7-5, with a loss to Andrian before that, and Andrean, I believe you would say that. And then Mount Zion prior to that. Mount Zion, a very good big school. So it will be St. Anthony to start off the visitors today wearing their red uniforms with baby blue numerals, pinstriping on those red uniforms. It will be Will Fearday leading things off. He's the catcher for the Bulldogs. He'll be followed by Aiden Loritzen, and then Brady Hatton hits third. Brock Fearday will hit cleanup today, and he's pitching as well for St. Anthony. Henry Brent will hit fifth. He's batting second base, or playing second base. It'll be Alex Meyer at shortstop hitting sixth. Charlie Spohr out in right field hits seventh. Xander Beals will hit eighth, and Vincent Vogel in the 9-hole. Fearday, Loritzen, Hatton, Fearday. Brenton Meyer, Spohr, Beals, and Vogels. That one is knocked into right center. It'll be extra bases for Will Fearday as he gets the Bulldogs off to a good start with a stand-up double. Fearday to Fearday, the battery for the Bulldogs today. On the mound for the Shoes, Gavin Addis. He's a right-handed junior, wears number 1. He'll be throwing to Jason Craik behind the plate. Good catcher. He's a junior as well. Wears number 10. Around the infield, Austin Boris over at third base. He's a junior. Dawson Haney at short, senior. He's trying to hold Fearday close out there. Over at second base, it's Henry Thompson, also a senior, and Mick Nieberge, senior over at first base. Around the outfield, Cooper Tegler will be in left field. He's the senior. Davin Werman, a junior, out in center, and Aiden Niemerg, the lone sophomore for either team, out in right. As that one is put right over the top of the pitcher Addis, and it'll be the second base hit of the inning. And the Bulldogs, standing start with the runners at first and third with nobody out. And here comes Big Brady Hatton. Hatton with 5 home runs this year. 5 home runs, 5 doubles, and a triple. So of his 18 hits, 11 for extra bases. He comes in hitting .391. And Gavin Addis, if he can get out of this with minimal damage, will be doing himself a favor. Hatton, a senior. Third baseman, stands in. Big, tall lad. And it's an 0-1 count on the big senior slugger. He watches strike 2 zip past. Caught the outside corner. So an 0-2 count. Hatton's going to have to protect the plate now. Addis throws the curveball in. It's knocked out to left. That's going to get down. A run will score. The throw to second is not in time as Fearday comes in, and that's 3 base hits in a row for St. Anthony. RBI for Brady Hatton. That's his 15th of the season. So here comes Brock Fearday, pitcher for the Bulldogs. He's hitting .400 himself. 18 for 45. He knocks that one into deep left center. That's going to get over the fence for a 3-run home run. How about the Bulldogs today? The wind blowing that direction, but that might have got out without it. As Brock Fearday puts a charge into that one, and he couldn't have asked for a better start before he even heads to the mound. 4-0, the lead for St. Anthony with nobody out here in the first inning. That will draw Justin Fleener out of the bullpen or out of the dugout to have a chat with his defense. This is one of them where you say he's talking to his catcher and saying, how's it looking? And if you're Jason Craik, you say, well, I haven't caught too many of them. But so far, you see the results. As they're talking things over, it'll be Henry Brent heading to the plate. Brent for St. Anthony is 12 for 49, 245 batting average. As that ball went up over the 352 sign out in left center. It's a symmetrical park here in Teutopolis. 352 to both power alleys. 315 down the lines on both sides. And a deep 380 to center. We've seen more home runs here, though, this last 2 games than we've seen anywhere else the rest of the year. As they start Brent out with a 1-1 count. And next one a bit outside. Gavin Addis trying to put things back together. 4 hits, 4 runs, including a big home run. As Brent swings through strike 2. Alex Meyer is on deck. And we will also see Charlie Spohr. Looking for the Shoes looking to record the first out. Up high is ball 4. And Gavin Addis came off the mound on that one like he had slipped or he did not come off well. He's wearing a sleeve on his right arm. And he steps out for Alex Meyer. As Meyer hitting 277. Trying to keep the hit parade going for the Bulldogs. That one fouled back over the top of the fence toward the railroad tracks. You're watching Wabash Catch TV's presentation of high school baseball from Teutopolis. The Shoes versus the Bulldogs. My name is Bruce Dickey as strike 2 comes through. Bruce Dickey here on the microphone for you. Tyler Edwards over on one camera, Don Ross on the other, and Abby Springmeyer out in the truck, bringing you the making sure the pictures get to you. You get a look there of Alex Meyer, or pardon me, of Henry Brent before his lead. He's off to a short lead, and there he goes. Strike 3, throw down, not in time. So Meyer strikes out looking for the first out, and Henry Brent moves to second base. He's in scoring position now for Charlie Spohr. The sophomore right fielder stands in. I saw him warming up. He has an arm out there in right field. Addis fires home and Spohr swings through. Addis takes a look at second and gets himself a 0-2 lead on Charlie Spohr. So at 0-2, Addis trying to stay in the game. That one popped up behind home plate on the run. It will get out. Craig gave it a look. Could not catch up to it. As I mentioned, the wind blowing about 5 to 10 miles an hour. You can see on the flags, both out in center field and across the street. Waving pretty solid. It led a little bit to a ball hit to left field. Not a ton, but a little bit. Flags at half staff today and through the rest of the week. As that one is knocked foul down the right side. You say, Bruce, why are the flags at half staff? Well, occasionally on the passing of a foreign leader, they will decree the flags to go to half staff for a while. And with the passing of Pope Francis Sunday morning, flags at half staff until next Saturday through the funeral. Addis peaks at second base and throws home. That is a ball. 1-2. 1 out. 4 runs in for the Bulldogs on 4 hits. And a man in scoring position for Charlie Spohr. He knocks that one out to left field on the run. Cooper Tegler cannot track it down before it goes beyond the fencing. Spohr hitting .208 on the season, 5 for 24. 1 extra base hit. And Addis's next is in for strike 3 to Looking. Second strikeout of the game for Addis. So here comes Xander Beals, center fielder for St. Anthony. Swings at the first pitch he sees, puts it out to left, and a nice run for Tegler, but he will run it down. However, the Bulldogs come up with 4 runs on 4 hits. They leave 1. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning, 4-0 St. Anthony.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Welcome back, folks, as it'll be the Shoes' first opportunity to see if they can't put some runs on the board. Dawson Haney will lead off, wearing the navy blue jersey of Teutopolis with a gold numerals and white baseball pants. He'll be followed by Davin Werman, Mick Nieberge. And then Austin Boris is the cleanup hitter. It'll be Jason Craik in the 5 spot. Carter Haney, designated hitter, hits 6th, followed by Henry Thompson, and Gavin Addis, and Aiden Nieberg. Haney, Werman, Nieberge, Boris, Craik, Haney, Thompson, Addis and Aiden Niemer. Shoes face a St. Anthony defense consisting primarily of Brock Fearday on the mound. Fearday has thrown about 17, 15, 16, 17 innings this year, and he has recorded more strikeouts than innings. 21 innings with 25 strikeouts. Take that back. Fearday on the mound. Will Fearday behind home plate. Brady Hatton out at third base. He's a senior. Alex Meyer out at at short, as there is strikeout number 26 on the season for Brock Fearday. Check swing, strike. Like I mentioned, Alex Mayer at shortstop. He's just a sophomore. Henry Brent, a junior at second base. Aiden Laritzen over at first is a junior as well. Vincent Vogel in left field is a senior. Xander Beals in center. And Charlie Spohr in right is a sophomore. Four seniors in the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. 3 juniors and 2 sophomores. As Davin Werman heads to the plate, swings and gets a base hit out into left center. First hit of the day for the Shoes. That will bring up Mick Nieberge. It's going to be one of those kind of days where everybody answers everybody's runs with more runs and more runs and more runs. I tell you what, these two teams have gone through that before. It wouldn't be the first time. Curveball comes right back in for strike one. Wow. That was a nifty curveball from Brock Fearday. That's a way to open it up as he throws the next one in on the hands of Mick Nieberge. And he's got Nieberge in a problem at 0-2. Werman with a solid lead over at first, but hasn't really made any effort to run. Down by 4, you probably don't want to run. As that ball's popped up on the infield, gathered by first baseman Aiden Laritzen for out number 2. So here comes Austin Boris. Hitting .380 on the season. 8 for 21. The curveball does not get back into the zone that time. Looked like Brock Fearday trying to start Boris the same way he started Nieberge. The right-hander, 3-quarter delivery. Not quite over the top. And he's got a 1-on-1 count on Austin Boris. Fouling it back. Shoes are trying to get used to that kind of speed. Fearday throwing extremely hard. And if you haven't seen it for a while, it takes a little time getting used to that kind of speed. Curveball comes in and gets knocked right back up the middle for the second base hit of the inning. Austin Boris, good piece of hitting right there. Werman will stop at second base. So with 2 outs, Jason Craik heads to the plate. The catcher. For Teutopolis. Craig had a couple of home runs the other day. He has 4 on the season. It'd be an entirely brand new ball game if he hits his 5th one here. He comes in hitting .360. And swings through strike 1. Says here on the scouting reports that Brock Fearday gets to 89 miles an hour and on the fastball, and that one just hit Jason Craig. So that will load the bases, and the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Carter Haney. Will the Shoes answer fire with fire? We'll see. As first pitch swung on and knocked to the infield, and another play for Aiden Loritzen. As the Bulldogs able to get out of first inning trouble, we'll head to the bottom of the, probably the top of the second inning. It's 4-0 St. Anthony.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank. We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay.
Current Class 2A Player of the Year, Brock Fearday, as I just realized. For the St. Anthony Bulldogs, it will be Xander Beals. Check that. It will be Vincent Vogel, followed by Will Fearday, and then Aiden Loritzen. Anybody gets on, we'll see Brady Hatton. Vogel swings through strike 2. He comes in hitting 200. Now he bounces that one to third. Nice play by Boris. Fires across in time for the first out here of the top of the second inning. Troubling part for the Shoes, however, that brings the top of the lineup back up for the Bulldogs. They opened with 4 hits in a row back in that first inning. Will Fearday will see if they can't get that started again. He doubled to lead off the game. One and one the count on Fearday. Senior catcher. It was a stand-up double, too, and he puts that one out to left field deep again. That's going to be extra bases again. Off the bottom of the wall, he's on his horse. He gets to second base. He spins past second. Throw into third. There will be a play. There will not be a play. A triple for Will Fearday. My heavens, he took that turn. He never hesitated whatsoever. And a stand-up triple for the catcher. How about that? I'm bringing up Aiden Laritzen, who singled his first time up. Swings at the first pitch this time from Gavin Addis and fouls it off to the right side. Infield is in, trying to stop any play at the plate. 0-1 the count on Aiden Laritzen, the first baseman. Addis looks at third, fires home. Curveball comes right in and dances with the bat without touching. Doing lambada with the bat there. Is that one out of the zone? Maybe a more dance that more people might know that doesn't involve touching. How about the twist? 1-2 the count. Aiden Laritzen, man on third, swings and picks up strike two. He singled his last time up. Single will bring in a run here with Will Fearday over at third. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Boy, did Gavin Addis need that one. So with 2 outs, it'll bring up Brady Hatton. 2 outs and a man on third for Hatton. Hatton with an RBI single back in the first. Prior to Brock Fearday's 3-run ding-dong. On to the count. As Addis has started him out on a couple of strikes both times he's seen him. Hatton was able to get a hit, 2-strike hit last time. Bounces that one foul to the left side. Nice play over there by Brock Fearday. The Shoes looking for win number 10. The Shoes looking for win number 15. The Bulldogs looking for win number 10 on the season. Bulldogs picked up 4 in the first. And Will Fearday's 90 feet away from being the 5th here in the second. That ball popped out to center field on the run over. Davin Werman makes the play, and that will end the threat. Bulldogs had a hit, leave one. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It is 4-0 St. Anthony.
Clay County Hospital is your life-saving connection. We have spent our lives preparing for when you need us. Quality professional care right at home. Our team will support you and your family so you never feel alone. We will make you feel welcome whether you need care, are visiting a loved one, or seeking employment. Clay County Hospital. Professional care, compassionate hearts.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance. We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Bottom of the second inning. Shoes will send up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Henry Thompson, Gavin Addis, Aiden Niemerg. Anybody gets on, we'll get back to the top of the order with Dawson Haney. Brock Fearday back to the mound for his second look at the Shoes. Shoes picked up a couple of hits. Left the bases juiced back in the first inning, but could not bring anything across. And Fearday, 1-1 so far on Henry Thompson. He has some heat. It says here he's heading to Swick to continue his academic and athletic career. Southwest Illinois. Good for him. That's over in the, the Belleville area, right? As that curveball comes back in for strike three, looking. Whew. Second strikeout of the day. For Fearday. It's in the Belleville area. First pitch into Gavin Addis is out of the zone. Ball one. And he watches the strike come in. Belleville, Illinois, Southwestern Illinois College. That one out of the zone as well as the first one. So 2-1 the count here on Addis. Fearday doesn't dawdle. He just gets back out there and chucks it. He's got a pretty little curveball going about 10 o'clock to about 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It's a nice curve for the right-hander. Swing and a strike three for Addis. That's out number two. As Fearday having a lot better time of it here in the second inning than he did in the first. So here comes the sophomore Aiden Niemerg. Left-handed swinger. That curveball might look better to him than it did for the right-handers. As the big 6'4", 6'5" pitcher stands on the mound, fires in. Ball two. Bases empty for Niemerg with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And the fastball comes in for strike one. The big senior curveball that time swung on and fouled off. So a chance here to strike out the side for Brock Fearday. As this second inning has been all Fearday. Trying to see if he could get Aiden Niemerg to bite. Niemerg says, no, sir. Not taking that cheese. Swings at that one, though, and can't hit that cheese. We'll head to the top of the third. Score remains 4-0 St. Anthony.
When you want hometown work ethic and customer first service and you need the best insurance at a good price, think The Insurance Place in Iuka. With over 15 years of experience, Jamie Butts offers the best in home, auto, commercial, farm, and Medicare supplement insurance. The Insurance Place handles a variety of companies and provides the flexibility that only an independent agent can deliver. Plus, bundled pricing saves you so much more. It's the Insurance Place at the Ice Cream Corner on Route 50.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile, and product that provides the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see the agents at North Wayne Insurance Agency in downtown Flora and Cincinnati.
So, for the Bulldogs, it will be Brock Fearday, followed by Henry Brent, and then Alex Meyer. Anybody gets on, Charlie Spohr will head to the plate. As Fearday hit that long, well, not a terrifically long home run, but it's long enough, 352-footer. Over the left field fence back in the first inning. 3-run shot his last time up, and T-Town fans wondering, how was that not a strike? Hooting and hollering. 2-1 the count. That knocked out to deep center field. Turning around, Davin Werman's not to get to that. It's going to take one bounce and hit the wall. Fearday will be standing on second base as the ball comes back in. So 2 Bulldogs now with multiple extra base hits. And St. Anthony will send a courtesy runner in. Tim Seiler. 2-run for Fearday. With nobody out, Seiler, boy, I tell you what, had there anybody been covering second base, he was way off the bag. Dawson Haney might have won the race back to it, but not close enough for Jason Craig to make the throw. 1-0 the count here on Henry Brent. He walked back in the first. The Bulldogs with 4 hits and 4 runs in the first. They had that triple in the second, but left Will Fearday over on third base. And we're here in the top of the third. As Brent trying to find a way to get on. Nobody out. Strike 1 to Henry Brent. Brent gets back in the box. That ball fouled back. So a full count for Henry Brent, the junior. He knocks that one out into right field. That's trouble. That's going to get over the head of Aiden Niemerg. The run comes around to score, and he could have been stand-up double, but it's a double for Henry Brent. 2 doubles to open up this top of the third inning for St. Anthony. As Tim Seiler and Henry Brent trade places. That'll make it 5-0 Bulldogs. Gavin Addis trying to keep it together out there. Yeah, that's a bunt, well struck, but Nieberger can't gather, and the throw over to first is too late. Mayer put a lot on that bunt, more than he intended to, but that's going to be an infield single. As Mick Nieberger couldn't pick it up. I'll tell you what, let's give him a sacrifice instead. Well, if I give him a sacrifice, got to give him an error, and I don't want to give the error. Error or hit. I'm going to give him a hit. Infield hit. As the next pitch is deep to left, and it is well out of here. Over the fence as Charlie Spohr got it up in the air and sends it out to left, and all of a sudden, it is 8-0 in favor of St. Anthony. Boy, oh boy. Did they bring the whooping sticks out today, and I think that might, well, as I was going to say, I thought that might be it, but now Justin Fleener is heading out of the dugout, and he probably has the hook right now for Gavin Addis. Addis has gone 2 innings. Nobody out here in the third. At least the bases are cleared, as they will bring in a new pitcher. We'll see who's going to come in, and we'll be back here to Teutopolis after these words.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
So Caleb Daters heads to the mound for the Shoes to take over pitching here with nobody out in the top of the third inning. 4 runs are in. Close the book on Gavin Addis. He had a tough day, that's for sure. 8 runs on 9 hits. All 8 were earned. Had 3 strikeouts, went 2 innings plus. Gives up to Daters. He'll face Xander Beals, Vincent Vogel, and Will Fearday. Anybody that gets on, it'll be Aiden Laritzen and Brady Hatton. The innings, first and third inning, remarkably similar, with the innings opening with 4 hits for the Bulldogs both times, and ending in a home run. First inning was double, single, single home run. Second inning was double, double, single home run. As that ball is going to get down into right field for a base hit. Big wide turn for Xander Beals, but he'll head back to first. Also eerily similar to the first inning, the fifth hitter got on after the home run. That was Henry Brent back in the first inning. Now it's Xander Beals on at first base with a base hit, and Vincent Vogel heading to the plate. Vogel grounded out to third. He hits his first swing here into short right. Nice play by Henry Thompson, getting out there and helping out Gavin Addis. Addis has moved to right field. Niemerg has moved to center. Davin Werman pulled for the time being, but he's also warming up in the mound or in the bullpen. We might see him coming in here shortly. So with one out, here's Will Fearday. Fearday 2 for 2. A double and a triple. The catcher stands in and watches ball 2 go past. And what a tricky steal there by Xander Beals. It was delayed steal. Ball was thrown back to the pitcher. And when he relayed it to second, it was just a little late. Jason Craik going to have a word with his pitcher, see if his head remains in the game. Or trying to get his head in the game. Third inning, 8-0, the lead here for St. Anthony. As Will Fearday at the plate. Tripled with one out his last time up, was stranded over at third. First time up, he doubled and scored. Scored on the Hatton single back in the first. Bounces that down the left side, foul and out of play. You're watching Wabash Catch TV's presentation of high school baseball. Here from T-Town. It has been all St. Anthony Bulldogs today. And Steve Reich, 3 looking, boy. That's a big strikeout for Caleb Daters. So here comes Aiden Laritzen. Singled back in the first, struck out in the second. He's got a man in scoring position with 2 outs here in the third as he looking for that pull shot to right field. Addis out there in right. Looking for the same thing as he swings through again. That's going to cause Laritzen to step out and maybe rethink things. 4 runs are in here in this third inning, making an 8-0 lead for the Bulldogs. 0-2 the count. Foul ball. Xander Beals with a base hit stands on second base. Now he's beginning to creep off of it. You see Dawson Haney behind him. thinking about moving over to keep him close. Throw home. Oh, they pitched out. Thought with a 0-2 count, the runner might go. Luritzen will step back in. Watches ball 2 go past. Luritzen surely won't be able to come back from 0-2 and get a walk, would he? Caleb Daters doesn't want to see it happen, that's for sure. 2-2, the count. Man on second. Pitch is out of the zone, ball 3. And Daters is it dangerously close to just that potential occurrence. Fire, swing and a miss. Strike 3, that'll do it. But the Bulldogs do score 4 runs on 5 hits. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Shoes need some runs. Back after these.
Give me all your lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
When a Fairfield fire truck needs a repair, Cam's there to keep things rolling. And as part of the volunteer fire department, Justin's looking out for Cam and all of Fairfield. Everyone supports each other, and Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them all with safe, reliable power for every one of our members. It's why REMCs exist, and together, it all works.
Up steps Dawson Haney for his second look at Brock Fearday today. The big right-handed chucker. Dawson Haney struck out back in the 1st inning prior to Davin Werman's single. Austin Boris with a single. And then a hit by pitch as Jason Craig was struck. Loaded the bases back in the 1st inning for the Shoes after they'd given up 4 in the top half. They loaded the bases in the bottom and couldn't push anybody across. One and 2 the count on Haney. It'll be Haney. Davin Werman will head back to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 in 2 1/3 for Brock Fearday. Werman will step up. He singled back in the 1st. Speedy left-hander. Watch a strike 1 come through. Eight 0 the lead for St. Anthony. Curveball does not come back across. That had some movement on it, and it even got Will Fearday to turn around and make sure that the umpire's eyes were open. Swinging a foul down the left side. Actually, it was well off the plate. I'm only teasing. He's been given that strike sometimes tonight, but not that time. Werman watches the next one come in. It's bounced up the middle, gathered in by Meyer. Throw across in time. So with 2 outs, here comes Mick Nieberg. He popped to first back in the first inning. And the curveball a little bit low that time. Either that's a curveball or it's a fastball with good movement. I think that was a curve. There's the heat, and it's knocked out to left for a base hit. Boy, you can't keep Nieberg down. 2-out single for Mick Nieberg. He'll bring up Austin Boris. He's 1 for 1. Had a base hit back in the first. Was stranded out at second base. Bulldogs in at 9-5. Shoes in at 14-1. And a 12-game winning streak as that liner bounces off the glove of Henry Brent. And it'll be a base hit for Austin Boris. So 2-out rally time for the Shoes. As Jason Craik heads to the plate, he was struck by a pitch here from Fearday back in the first inning. He peeks at the flag. Right-handed slugger had 2 home runs Thursday. He'd love to get one here, maybe see if he can't get the Shoes back into the game. They trail by 8 runs in the third. Fearday resets, peeks back to second. That's where Mick Nieberg is leading off carefully. Give him a good long look. Fires home. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And that one is fouled down the left side. As I mentioned, the breeze blowing the flags, probably about as much as earlier. Probably still around 10 miles per hour. Flags again at half staff today for Pope Francis. You're wondering what other world leaders have had such an honor? Well, there's been a few. Pope John Paul, for one, back in 2005. Had flags at half staff in the United States. A little bit of hijinks after that pitch in the dirt. Winston Churchill, when he passed away back in 1965. That's what the confusion was. They didn't know if Craik had swung or not. He did not. 1-2 the count. Curveball, see you later. That'll do it for the Shoes here in the third. We'll head to the top of the fourth. The Shoes strand a couple, and we'll head to the top of the fourth. 8-0 Bulldogs.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville.
Why are more people heating their homes with FS Propane? Because it's better to work with a company that lives and works in the same community that you do. This is Aaron Cummins, your local Clay County FS Propane specialist with South Central FS. South Central is a 9-county cooperative with highly trained employees that are dedicated to providing our residential, commercial, and agricultural customers a safe and reliable propane supply. Contact your local South Central FS Propane specialist or visit us online at southcentralfs.com.
So Davin Werman will head to the mound, replacing Caleb Daters, who finished off the third inning. Daters collected a couple of strikeouts and gave up a hit in his one inning of work. Not quite the full inning, but he got all 3 outs in it as Addis faced the first 4 hitters. So Werman is at the on the mound. And he is facing Brady Hatton, Brock Fearday, and then Henry Brent. Anybody gets on, it'll be Alex Meyer. Hatton singled it back in the first inning, flew out to center in the second. He's the only Bulldog that didn't bat in the third. As they said, 8 to the plate. Pops that one up into the right center field. On the way over the plate is made by, I'm guessing, Aiden Niemerg. With a 1 out, Brock Fearday stands in, and that one struck Jason Craig pretty good. We'll have a short break in the action where Craig will get himself back together. That hit him pretty good in from Werman. Davin Werman comes in, having thrown 19 innings on the season. He is 4-0 and an .072 ERA. Left-handed thrower is 2-0 on Brock Fearday. And whips that one outside, 3-0. With 1 out, Fearday trying to get on via the walk, does not. The senior slinger for the Bulldogs does take the walk. He's been on all 3 times now with a home run, a double, now a walk. That'll bring up Henry Brent with 1 out. And the courtesy runner heading out, Tim Seiler, to run for Brock Fearday. Brent walked back in the first and doubled in the third. It's not too often you have a team with 2 4-run innings. Didn't bat around either time. Only sent 8 to the plate each time. A little unusual. As Brett swings and knocks that into the right center. That's a long way to run, and just over the head of Aiden Niemerg. Runners will stop at second and third with one out, and a double for Henry Brent, his second in a row. So here comes Alex Meyer. He struck out back in the first and singled in the third. He singled just ahead of Charlie Spore's long home run in that third inning. Wind aided, but it's a big park. You get a home run, wind aided or not, here in this park, that's a big deal. Biggest park of all the fields that we do our games in, that's for sure. As first two to Meyer are out of the zone. Werman has a place to put him, but would preferably not, I'm guessing. Charlie Spore on deck had the home run back in the third. We're just in the top of the fourth. Bouncer to the side, gets through. One run is in. They're going to hold up Brent, and Meyer will stop at first. And that makes it 9-0. Bulldogs are knocking the ball around today. 2 hits this inning to go along with 10 coming in. And with runners at first and third, Jason Craik is going to give the special directions to the infield. They're still at medium depth now. The in at the corners, medium at the middle. I was kind of figuring that they'd be backing up, see if they could get the double play. And now they're backing up farther for the Shoes. Haney and Thompson had been in, but now they're at double play depth. They're going to look for Davin Werman to get himself a strikeout. Addis pitched 2 innings plus. Daters came in, pitched the third, finished the third. Davin Werman here in the fourth. As that one is bounced back. And a 1-2 count here on Charlie Spore. Spore just a sophomore. That was a long shot in the third inning. Wind blowing just as hard now. He got that one off of Gavin Addis. Addis with a tough start for the Shoes tonight. Up high. Ball 2. On deck is Xander Beals. He got a base hit and a stolen base his last time up. As Henry Brent leading off a third. Seeing if he can't harass his way home. Full count. Outside, ball 4. Second walk of the day, second walk of the inning for Davin Werman. And some days are better than others. With one out, in steps Xander Beals. Swing and a miss. Beals was trying to make it a 13-run lead. Werman threw it right by him. Threw it right by him again. The left-hander looking for this second out of the inning. Werman started here in the top of the fourth. Up high, it's a ball. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the third for St. Anthony, and 1 so far here in the fourth. Keeping an eye also, I believe it's, what's the other game this afternoon? Salem? Freeburg at Salem. Let's see if we can't get a score from there before the day is out. Salem beat this St. Anthony squad about 3 or 4 weeks ago. As that's out of the zone, ball 3. Nowhere to put him for Davin Werman. Swing and a miss. Beal strikes out. That's out number 2. So here comes Vincent Vogel, senior left fielder, for the Bulldogs. And with the bases juiced, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. That one low. Been a well played, no, it's been an error-free baseball game. Well played, just a lot of hits from one side. That ball is knocked out into left, and it is going to be gathered in by Cooper Tegler. So the Bulldogs pick up just 1 on 2 hits. Will move to the bottom of the 4th inning. 9-0 St. Anthony.
For nearly 40 years, family-owned Little Egypt Golf Cars has been dedicated to serving Southern Illinois' golf and utility car needs. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility located along I-57 in Salem. Our interactive showroom displays all of the latest accessories and vehicle designs. We offer new and used vehicle sales, a full parts and service department, and a rental fleet of over 600 vehicles. Whether it's riding in style on the course, cruising with the family, or having a rugged vehicle on the job site, we have you covered. Proudly serving Illinois and Missouri with 3 locations.
Take a trip to Old Mexico with the whole family without ever leaving Southern Illinois. It's La Fuente Mexican Restaurants in Fairfield, Flora, and Mount Vernon. La Fuente's authentic Mexican cuisine will delight every appetite, from sizzling fajitas to tasty tacos to the best burritos this side of the Rio Grande. La Fuente Mexican Restaurants in Fairfield, Flora, and Mount Vernon. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has.
Carter Haney heads to the plate for the Shoes. Shoes need some runs. They're down by 9 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Haney will be followed by Henry Thompson, Gavin Addis. Anybody gets on, we'll see Aiden Niemerg as Brock Fearday back on the mound. He has pitched pretty doggone well. He has pitched around 4 hits. Shoes left the bases loaded back in the first. They have been unable to push anything across yet. 2-1. The count here on Haney. Haney popped up to first base in the first inning. Bounces that in front of the plate. That's trouble. Throw is offline and draws the first baseman off the bag. Tough throw there for Will Fearday, and that will be the first error of the game for either squad. E2. He kind of rushed it. So Henry Thompson comes up with a man on first. And it was actually pretty nice work there by the first baseman, Aiden Lauritsen, to a leap across the bag and catch the ball instead of letting it get past him to the fence. Haney would have been trucking for second. Henry Thompson at the plate. He struck out back in the second. In the second inning, Fearday saw 3 hitters and struck them all out, swinging. Curveball, see you later. So 1 out. Here comes Gavin Addis. That is frustrating. If you're a Henry Thompson, boy, he knew it too. He says, oh, man, doggone it. Steve Reich, fastball. That had some nice little movement at the end. Boy, Fearday is fun to watch throw. In case you're wondering, we will have St. Anthony again later this year at North Clay on Monday, May 5th. Of course, we'll have T-Town a few more times this season. We'll have them Monday, April 28th at South Central. And then Tuesday, April 29th here. So Monday and Tuesday next week, we'll have the Shoes. And then Thursday next week, we have the Shoes here against a good Mattoon squad. I think over the course of the year, the Shoes were scheduled 9 times. As Addis watches the strike go past on 3-1. There's ball 4, puts a man on first and second with just 1 out. Aiden Niemerg will head to the plate, striking out back in the second. Where is Wabash later this week? I'll tell you. Thursday afternoon. Woodlawn Cardinals will be at Sisney at 4:30. Jeff Baker will be on the microphone for that one. I'll be in Flora as the Fairfield Mules play a conference game against the Flora Wolves. Both those at 4:30 on Thursday. And then on Friday, we'll be in Ken Mundy, South Central hosting those Flora Wolves. Always busy here at Wabash. Appreciate you folks tuning in, however and wherever you are. Remember, if you don't have Wabash television, we're for the streaming. You can always watch us on YouTube at the Wabash Catch TV channel or on Facebook at Catch TV Live Broadcasting. My name is Bruce Dickey. Tyler Edwards on one camera. Don Ross on the other. Abby Springmeyer in the truck. It is a 9-0 lead for St. Anthony. Out of the zone for the second ball to Aiden Niemer. Brock Fearday on the mound. He has walked 1. Make that, just 1 today. That runner's over at first base. He did strike 1 hitter with a pitch. And we must be out of baseballs. Runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Shoes trying to break through somehow here against Fearday. Niemerg staying alive at 2-2. Spraying fouls all over. Fouls another one. That one stays in the field of play. Or at least easier to grab anyway. Behind home plate. Carter Haney leading off of second. Gavin Addis over at first. Curveball. See you later. That's the second strikeout looking here in this fourth. So the top of the lineup will head back up to there for their third look at Brock Fearday. Actually, I'm guessing that these two seniors have faced each other numerous times. And that one right up the gut off the hand of Fearday and has no play. Base hit for Dawson Haney, and it'll load him up. Carter Haney rounded third, thought about heading home, but he had Justin Fleener in his ear saying, don't you dare. Especially with the hitters coming up. Davin Werman 1 for 2 today. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Fearday not liking his call as he shakes off Will Fearday. Now he's ready to go. Curveball. Off the zone, off the plate. One and 0 the count. The next, way outside. Ball 2. Nowhere to put him. Brock Fearday beginning to tire. Is that a potentiality that the Shoes would love to see? He has really been dialed in today. It's the bottom of the fourth inning. Bases juiced. In for strike 1. Grr, say the fans for T-Town. Yay, say the fans for St. Anthony. At the 2-1 count on Werman. Bounces it up the middle. That's a base hit. It gets through. 1 run is in. Here comes Nieberg, and it's going to get through for 3 runs. A 3-run double. That ball was knocked into a skew into center field, and 3 runs come in on the Werman single. I tell you what, Haney scored easily. Gavin Addis came in to score, and Dawson Haney, he just, with 2 outs, he wasn't stopping. And the amount of time it took to get to the ball really hurt the Bulldogs. So 3 runs come in on the single for Werman. He takes second on the throw. And it is now 9-3. T-Town fans are saying not too big a hill for a climber, Buster. Whereas the Bulldogs fans are thinking, could it happen? Who knows? Still got a long way to go here today, but the Shoes needed some runs to get something going, and they have finally touched up Fearday. Those are unearned as the inning opened with an error. But still, you got to get on, you got to get runs. Right now, T-Town doesn't care if they're earned or not. That, by the way, the first hit of the inning. Make that the second hit of the inning. Hit by Haney, hit by Werman. Both of them off the gloves of fielders. Dawson Haney's hit went off the pitcher's glove, bounced behind the mound. He was safe at first. Swing and a miss. Safe at first without a throw. Mick Nieberge, 1 for 2 at the plate. 1-2 is the count. Base hit most likely brings in Werman. He's got speed. 2 outs, 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Shoes. But they do pick up 3 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. The Bulldogs lead the Shoes 9-3.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the mucho mulcho man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mud hole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Top of the 5th inning. Top of the lineup for St. Anthony. Will Fearday, Aiden Laritzen, Brady Hatton. Anybody gets on? Brock Fearday. They will face Davin Werman out there for his 2nd inning of work. He gave up 1 run in the 4th. And 2 hits. First 2 pitches, 1 and 1 for Fearday. Fearday, a double and a triple. He struck out looking back in the 3rd. And watches ball 3 there. The Bulldogs leading by 6 now. They've had their lead cut. From 9 to 6 to 6 runs. Fearday swings and knocks that to deep center. Long run for Niemerg. He can't get it. He gets it all the way to the wall, and with a stand-up double, 2nd of the day for Will Fearday. He is 180 feet from scoring. That's one of the most important things you can do is whenever your team picks up 3 runs, especially in a game like this where they were behind, you just love to go out and shut down the other team, and Will Fearday says no sir to that. Aiden Laritzen heads to the plate. The lefty swinger, 1 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Bulldogs with 4 in the 1st, 4 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. And the flag's still blowing about 8, 9, 10 miles an hour. Way up high as Davin Werman trying to see if he could get Laritzen to climb the ladder. And that one is fouled back against the netting above the chain link fence. It's chain link about, what would that be, about 20 feet? And then another, call it 10 feet of netting on top of that here at Teutopolis High School. That one knocked into left field. Tegler makes about 3 steps over to gather it, and that'll be the first out of the inning here for St. Anthony. Cooper Tegler in command out there. We'll bring Brady Hatton to the plate. Tegler standing about as deep as you'll see him. He is probably 10 feet in front of the warning track out in left field. As Hatton, 1-for-3, throw out the second. Oh, wow, just barely getting back Will Fearday. Craig with a rifle shot to second base. Just a little bit behind the runner. Hatton with a single in the first, flew out to center in the second and the fourth. Bounces to second base. Henry Thompson fires it over to Mick Nieberge for the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs, Brock Fearday will head to the plate. As the Shoes have had tremendous difficulty with Brock Fearday, and Coach Fleener wants to talk to his pitcher. Fearday has been on 3 times and scored 3 times. Has a home run in the first, a double in the third, walked and scored in the fourth. And with a runner on at second, and this type of hitter at the plate, Coach Fleener wants to make sure everybody knows what to do. Good crowd here on hand tonight, as the St. Anthony side just about as full as the Teutopolis side. And cars all over the place as well. So Brock Fearday steps in, had a home run in the first. It crawled over the fence, but it got over. Over on the left-hand side. That ball in the dirt. Fearday had moved up to third, by the way, as he moved up on that Brady Hatton ground out. Will Fearday, that is. Work. One. It's 1-1 to Brock Fearday. 2 outs in the dirt. 2-1. They may be just pitching around Brock Fearday here. I wouldn't be surprised. He swings at an outside, swings at ball 3. It makes it 2-2 instead of 3-1. I said Fearday scored 2 runs, but Tim Seiler, or 3 runs, but Tim Seiler actually scored 2 of them, as Fearday only scored on the home run. Whenever the only other times he's reached base, he's been replaced by a courtesy runner, as folks typically do with the pitchers. Man on third. Fearday watches the ball come through there, and they're going to, as it gets away, a wild pitch will be the 10th run of the day for St. Anthony. First wild pitch of the day for either team. First pitch to get knocked back or get through either catcher. Only one error today. It was from the Bulldogs, as Fearday gets that one through the right side for a base hit. So Seiler will head back in to replace Fearday again, who is 3 for 4, or 3 for 3 and a triple away from the cycle. He may get another opportunity to hit in the 7th. We'll see. Henry Brent heads to the plate. Brent, they haven't been able to keep off the base paths either. He's 2 for 2 with a walk as they throw to first base. Seiler back easily. That's a cardinal sin if you're the courtesy runner and you get picked off. Not this time. Henry Brent at the plate. Throw over. Boy, that one nearly out of the reach of Mick Nieberge. But he controlled it. And with 2 outs, first pitch home is swung on and missed. Henry Brent with a couple of doubles. He walked back in the first, doubled and scored in the third, and doubled and was stranded in the fourth. Knocks that one out to deep center. Not deep enough to elude the center fielder, A. Niemerg, but the Bulldogs do pick up a run on a hit, or pardon me, 2 hits, and we'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 10-3 St. Anthony.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank. We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be. Clay County State Bank.
Clay County Hospital is your life-saving connection. We have spent our lives preparing for when you need us. Quality professional care right at home. Our team will support you and your family so you never...
So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Austin Boris, followed by Jason Craig, Carter Haney, and if anybody gets on, Henry Thompson, as the Bulldogs bump their lead back up to 7 in the top of the 5th. They lead at 10-3, and Brock Fearday has been rolling along. He's given up 3 runs, but none earned. He has thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts in 4 completed innings, including striking out the side twice. As that ball is fouled off to the left side. You're watching Wabash Catch TV's presentation of high school baseball here from T-Town. And that one, curveball, out of the zone. They check down to see if Boris swung through. No, sir. So that'll make it a 2-2 count. Didn't do it again. Full count. That one fouled out of play. Boris standing in is 2 for 2. Couple of singles today. The third baseman for the Shoes, and walks. As that one got away from Brock Fearday. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Jason Craig heading to the plate. He struck out looking back in the 3rd and was struck by a pitch back in the 1st. At just the 2nd walk of the game for Fearday. Curveball came right back into the strike zone. If you're not used to seeing it, folks, when you're standing there at the plate, it is something to see. Coming at you about 85 miles an hour, and then it ducks back down into the strike zone. That's no fun. That ball knocked out deep to right, back, and it is over the head but short of the wall. As Craik will end up with a stand-up double. And with nobody out, the Shoes trying to get back in it. Boris stops at third. As that got over the head of Charlie Spohr. He may have had a little trouble with the sun as well, but he had more trouble trying to get back to where that ball was going. Craik with great power. So here comes Carter Haney. Runners at second and third. And he watches strike one. Was that a ball? Looked like he pointed at it. Inside ball. Yeah, he pointed at it. And he strike two there as Haney swung through. 1-2 the count. Fearday trying to strike out himself out of trouble. That ball gets away, no runner. Didn't get back far, didn't get away far enough from Will Fearday. That's the thing, I've mentioned it here at T-Town before. They have the biggest, the deepest backstop of all the teams we cover by a mile. It's about 60 feet from home plate to the backstop. Makes it almost impossible for a catcher to get back for a baseball and get it back to home plate in time to try to stop a runner. Excuse me. 3-2 the count. Nobody out. Up and in. Walks. The bases loaded. So nobody out. Brock Fearday in some trouble, and he may be done. As Tony Craik heads out to the mound. And with a 7-run lead in his pocket, his senior stud duck pitcher has given up a couple of, or walked two here in this bottom of the fifth. Walked two, giving up a double to Craik, a ringing double off the right field fence. And it looks like Fearday will remain in. See if he can't work his way out of the problem. Henry Thompson coming up with nobody out. Thompson has struck out twice. I think the reason that they're leaving him in is of the next three hitters, they are 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts and a walk. So Coach Craik maybe just saying, hey, be near the plate, use your fielders, strike them out. We'll see what happens. Bases loaded for Henry Thompson. Curveball in for strike one. Austin Boris leading off of third base. I believe that's Bryce Nieberg leading off a second. Courtesy runner, and that's strike two. Thompson struck out looking last time up, swinging the time before. Fearday fires. Swing and a miss. That's strike three and nowhere for Thompson to go. So now one out. Middle infield at double play depth. In at the corners. And Gavin Addis will head to the plate. Addis walked and scored back in the third, partly the fourth. Struck out in the second. Watches ball one high. It's been a dandy one tonight. These two teams matchup. You never know how many innings it'll go and what's going to happen. It just goes back and forth from time to time. I think they had one to go to about midnight over at Effingham a couple of years ago. That might have been longer than I thought. 10-3 the score. Curveball too far inside. 2-1 the count. To Addis. Fearday holds the ball in his right hand. Awaits the sign he wants. Finally gets it. And timeout is taken by Gavin Addis because he was ready for too long. It's like swimming in the pool. You can only hold your breath for so long. The next one up high. Ball 3. Nowhere to put him if you're Brock Fearday. 3-1 the count. Steve Reich 2. Full count with one out to Addis. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Gavin Addis probably not particularly pleased. As Justin Fleener will come in and talk to his hitter, Aiden Niemerg. Might get a pinch hitter. As they're checking pitch count. Checking pitch count on Fearday. Looks like he still has pitches to go. He started. We're not keeping count up here, but Justin Fleener wanted to know how many were left. As Aiden Niemerg stands in. Watches ball 1 high. Austin Boris started this inning with a walk. He's over on third base. Then a double by the catcher, Jason Craik. He's got a courtesy runner, Bryce Nieberg, on second. Carter Haney then walked. He's over on first. Then a strikeout of Henry Thompson, a strikeout of Gavin Addis. 1-1 the count here on Aiden Niemerg. Center fielder. Curveball fouled back. Folks, you just don't see that speed on a curveball too many pitchers in Southern Illinois. Takes a bit of getting used to. The next to Niemerg on 1-2 inside. Steve Reich 3 looking. And Brock Fearday gets himself out of trouble with 3 strikeouts, strikes out the side with the bases loaded. How about that? We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. It is 10-3, St. Anthony.
Tomorrow, some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance. We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
When you want hometown work ethic and customer first service and you need the best insurance at a good price, think The Insurance Place in Iuka. With over 15 years of experience, Jamie Butts offers the best in home, auto, commercial, farm, and Medicare supplement insurance. The insurance place handles a variety of companies and provides the flexibility that only an independent agent can deliver. Plus, bundled pricing saves you so much more. It's the
As we head to the top of the sixth inning for the Bulldogs, it'll be Alex Meyer, followed by Charlie Spohr, Xander Beals. Anybody gets on, Vincent Vogel. As Davin Werman continues pitching for the Shoes. This is his third inning of work. He came in and started the fourth inning. He's only given up 2 runs. As Gavin Addis started, he gave up 8 runs, all 8 earned. Daters came in, pitched an inning, a clean inning in the fourth. Pardon me, clean inning in the. He finished off the third inning after Gavin Addis started the third inning and gave up 4 runs. Bouncer too short. Handled and thrown across in time. Nice pick by Mick Nieberge. Throw a little bit low from Dawson Haney, but it's good to have a talented first baseman to clean up messes. That'll bring up Charlie Spohr. Spohr with a home run back in the third, 3-run homer. And a base hit in the, that's his only hit. He's 1 for 2 with a walk in the fourth. He's up here with 1 out in the sixth. Swing and a miss. He'll be followed by Xander Beals. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Shoes running out of outs. And a nice play by Werman. He lobs it over. Almost too much lob to it. But again, Mick Nieberge saving the bacon. He's done that twice this inning. And with 2 outs, Xander Beals will head to the plate. St. Anthony looking for their 10th win against 5 losses. Shoes looking for their 13th in a row against just 1 loss. They're 14-1 on the season. (10-3) the score. Bouncer from Beals down the right side. The Bulldogs started the game with 4 straight hits, a double, a single, and a home run. So basically, before the first out, they were ahead 4-0. That one right up the gut. Nice pick and throw across in time. Beautiful job by Dawson Haney. And we'll head to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Shoes need base runners. We'll be back after these.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile, and product that provides the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see the agents at North Wayne Insurance Agency in downtown Flora and Sisney. They will provide the financial protection and peace of mind that you need and deserve. North Wayne Insurance in Pekin, beyond the expected.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Pegel's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Pegel Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
Joseph Tagler enters the game for the St. Anthony Bulldogs, replacing Brock Fearday. Fearday went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, none earned on 7 hits and 3 walks. Struck out 12 out of a total of 15 outs, so that's a pretty solid day for Fearday. Tagler comes in with a 3.44 ERA in 18 innings. He also has 13 strikeouts in those 18 innings. He will face the top of the order for the Shoes, Dawson Haney, followed by Davin Werman, and then Mick Nieberge, followed by Austin Boris if anybody gets on. Shoes down by 7. They need base runners. They scored all 3 of their runs in the 4th. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't paying attention. He must have heard me. As that one is low. Right-hander Tagler for St. Anthony is a senior. Like I said, plenty of experience so far this season. And a bouncer to second base. Henry Brent gets it over and not in time, as the speed of Dawson Haney appears. And it wasn't like Brent delayed. Check that. That's Fearday out at second base. He didn't delay. Fearday has gone off the mound and now at second base. So with nobody out, in steps Davin Werman. Runner goes. Throw is pretty high, but handled by Alex Mayer. And Joseph Tagler trying to get himself together, realizing he's got a 7-run lead. He's going to take his time, as it's a 1-1 count on Werman. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. Coming in to get it. Mayer makes the grab from his shortstop spot. So here comes Mick Nieberge with 1 out. He's 1 for 3. Singled back in the 3rd. Stranded at second base. Shoes picked up all 3 of their runs in the 4th. As Haney led off, reached on an error. Moved over when Gavin Addis walked. He moved over on the single by Dawson Haney. And with 2 outs, a single by Davin Werman brought 3 hitters in. 3 runners all came in on a single. Off the glove of the second baseman. Wildest thing you ever saw. There's a strike to Nieberge. He struck out his last time up. 1 for 3 for the big senior first baseman. No baseball tomorrow on Wabash. Thursday, Sisney will host Woodlawn, and Flora hosts Fairfield. That ball fouled off to the right side. If you're checking ahead on your calendar, we've got the Shoes 3 times next week. I know you were. Monday we'll have the Shoes at South Central at 4:30. Tuesday, Newton is here. We'll have that ball game for you at 4:30. And then Thursday, Mattoon is here. Shoes will play the smaller school, the Newton Eagles, and then the bigger school, the Mattoon Green Wave. Newton may not be smaller. Probably pretty similar in size. 1-2, the count here on McNebergy. As Tegler takes his time. Out of the zone, 2-2. Tegler not quite as quick a worker as Brock Fearday is. He doesn't care as long as he gets strikes and gets outs. He says, Bruce, you got all night. Curveball is fouled out of play. Behind the dugout. It'll take a nice bounce toward the tracks. Did not get there. Haven't had a choo-choo train today. Have we? Did we? Just one? Okay. I must have been consumed by work and didn't see it. Missed it. Man on second. Throw home. Bouncer to third. They'll hold up the man at second. Throw across in time. A nice play by the third baseman, Brady Hatton. So with 2 outs, here comes Austin Boris. The big junior stands in. He is 2 for 2 with a walk. Stranded all 3 times. And spanks it to the left side. That's going to get through Hatton. Runner will head home, and a run-scoring single for Austin Boris. Make him 3 for 3. And that makes it a 4. It makes it a 10-4 lead for St. Anthony. Shoes trying to chip their way back. Jason Craik heads to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Struck out looking in the third, walked in the, or hit by a pitch in the first. Doubled back in the fifth and was stranded. He is a tough hitter for Teutopolis. As they try to claw their way back. One base runner at a time, one hitter at a time, one run at a time. Strike on the outside corner. One and one the count here on Craik. Shadows getting longer on the field. A ball outside. 2-1. The next. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Joseph Tegler. He had Craik way out in front on that. Boris over at first base. They are keeping him on, trying to keep him close, even with the 6-run lead. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. But the Shoes do come up with a run on 2 hits. They leave one. We'll head to the top of the 7th inning. 10-4, St. Anthony.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me our lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas.
What?
You better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
So it'll be Vincent Vogel for the Bulldogs to start things off here in the 7th. He'll be followed by the top of the order, Will Fearday, and then Aiden Laritzen. Anybody gets on. We'll see Braden Hatton as Davin Werman heads back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. Checking on the score here at Salem versus Freeburg. I thought it was ball. 1-1's what we had outside. That ball up into the air. Easy play for Austin Boris. Will Fearday at the plate. He scored a couple of runs today. He's got a double, a triple, and a strikeout. As he swings through that strike. 1-1 the count with 1 out. That ball poked into short left field. It gets down fair. And no turn for Fearday. He's going to stay on first base. The catcher having a great day. 4 for 5. With 2 runs scored for Will Fearday. And they will. I was wondering if Coach Craig hadn't sent out a courtesy runner yet for Fearday. He's been running on his own. He does this time, and that will be Joseph Tegler. Thought he was pitching. Maybe I'm seeing the wrong number. Bierman, thank you. It is an 18 rather than a 10. That makes a lot more sense. So with 1 out, Aiden Laritzen at the plate. The left-hander swings through strike 1. Bouncer to the right side. See, this time I'll hear the train. I appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you very much. I didn't want to miss out. What is it, FOMO or something, like fear of missing out? I hear a train coming from some. Well, I got stopped by a train here on the way, so I saw plenty of a train today. Saw a train for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes not moving. As that pitch gets away, and will send Bierman to second base. So with one out, Will Bierman is in scoring position. And ball 3 to the hitter, Aiden Luritzen. Freeburg beat Salem 4-3 today at Salem, so a nice win for the Midgets. As I understand that that name may finally go to the wayside. I hear that Freeburg has been sued by the state of Illinois. Of course, there's all kinds of odd names, but midgets may be a bit offensive to little people. Must be. 10-4 the score here. That ball popped into the air. Is it playable for Boris? He makes the run over and can't make the play. It dropped behind him. Overran it. Folks, boy, I could hear the yapping over there. Is that because Hatton didn't get out of the way? Yeah. Hatton stood his ground, and the ball dropped about 5 feet in front of him. There's plenty of yapping going on around the ballpark. Chirping, let's call it. Not yapping. How about chirping? Full count to Luritzen, and he walks. Speaking of chirping, here comes some more. Coach Fleener asking our umpiring staff where exactly that pitch was. So with one out, runners at first and second for the Bulldogs. Brady Hatton heads to the plate. Swings the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. The train running by, kind of how the Bulldogs' first 3 innings went. They just were rolling over the Shoes. Shoes have made a comeback. Cut it to 6. They trailed by as many as 8. Hatton, 1 for 4. There's a strike there. Makes it 0-2 the count. Oh, the T-Town fans got the call, but they didn't like the speed of the call. I thought he should have called it quicker than that. In the dirt, they throw down. And getting back safely is Will Bierman. Tell you what a weapon Craik is behind the plate. He's got a gun. And he'll unleash a throw down to second base from time to time that runners do not expect. Up high, ball 2. 2-2. 2 on, 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th. And the shadows lengthening by the second. Nice base knock into center field. That's going to bring Bierman around. And each time the Shoes pick up a run, the Bulldogs pile one back more on. Now leading 11-4. Hatton getting his second hit of the day. Loritzen stops his second. And Brock Fearday comes to the plate. He is 3 for 3 with a home run, a double, and a single. So he's a triple away from the cycle. Werman fires. Bouncer to second. Handled by Henry Thompson to second on time. To first, not in time. So a fielder's choice. And Loritzen will advance to third. 2 outs now as Hatton is erased to second. And with 2 outs and runners at first and third, Henry Brent will head to the plate. Brent having a pretty good game, too. He's 2 for 3 with a walk. Wearing his Sunday pants. He's got a big hole on his right hip. Werman trying to get out of the inning with no more damage. 2 outs. That one in the zone for strike 2 or strike 1, 1-1. I think he punched him. That's a strike. 2-1. 2-1, sorry. 2-1. 2-1 the count on Henry Brent. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Bouncer foul over the right side. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 outs, 2 on. Deuces wild. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Bulldogs trying to add to their lead. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. But the Bulldogs do pick up a run on 2 hits. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Shoes need 11. Pardon me. Shoes needs 7 to tie, 8 to win. We'll be back after these.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
When a Fairfield fire truck needs a repair, Cam's there to keep things rolling. And as part of the volunteer fire department, Justin's looking out for Cam and all of Fairfield. Everyone supports each other, and Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them all with safe, reliable power for every one of our members. It's why REMCs exist, and together, it all works. One, 2 strikeouts. All right. So, heading back to the mound, Joseph Tegler for his 2nd inning of work. The Shoes need base runners. They will have Carter Haney heading to the plate, followed by Henry Thompson, Gavin Addis. Anybody gets on, we'll see Aiden Niemerg. And for the Shoes fans, they want to see Niemerg, Haney, and all kinds of folks. Deep to left into the corner. Is it foul? It is fair. It is a home run.
just inside the foul pole for Carter Haney. How about that? There's your base runner. Carter Haney, second run of the day, scored. He reached on an error and scored back in the fourth. As Haney touches them all. That one just crept over the fence just in front of the just behind the 315-foot sign at about 2 feet fair. There's a tarp around the entire outfield fence except for the right at the foul poles, and you can see the ball dropping just inside that foul pole. How about that? So that makes it 11-5. Shoes say they're not done yet. Henry Thompson at the plate. Bouncer to the left side. Gathered by Hatton. Fires across in time. And that will bring Gavin Addis to the plate with one out. Addis 0 for 2 with a walk, and he has scored a run. Curveball has popped into the right side in foul territory, heading over. The play is made by Aiden Laritzen. So that's the second out. And the Shoes down to their last out. That'll bring up Aiden Niemerg, left-handed swinger, getting his first look at Joseph Tegler. Niemerg stands in, swings, and pops that one into the foul territory on the left-hand side. That's going to get over the fence and into the parking lot. That might have struck a car. That was coming down pretty hard. So with 2 outs, there's a 1-1 count here on Niemerg. Tomorrow, no baseball for you. Again, Thursday will be in Sisney as Woodlawn takes on the Running Lions, and in Flora as the Mules take on the Wolves in Black Diamond Conference play. Shoes down to their final swing. Down to the final strike now. As Brock Fearday started this ball game, he's looking to get the win. Joseph Tegler going to try to finish it up. Fearday gave up 3 runs. Tegler has given up 2. As with 2 outs, we're making sure there's a clean plate. 1-2 the count on Niemerg. He struck out 3 times today. He knocks that one to the right side. Is it fair? No. Bounced down on the warning track in foul territory. Fearday went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, none of which were earned. Tegler trying to complete his second inning. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Aiden Niemerg picks up the golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts today, as the Shoes finish with 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 10 left on base. Brock Fearday went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 hit by pitch, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. That is something. For Tegler, He picked up a couple of strikeouts, gave up 2 runs, both earned on 2 hits. Make that 1, 2, 3 hits for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 runs on 10 hits for the Shoes, as Tegler gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, both runs were earned, and picked up a couple of strikeouts. 5 runs, 10 hits, 0 errors, 10 left on base for Teutopolis. They dropped to 14-2 on the season, as the St. Anthony Bulldogs pick up their 10th win of the year against 5 losses. The Bulldogs with 11 runs on 16 hits, 1 error, 10 left on base, and it is Brock Fearday with the win for the Shoes. Gavin Addis, he had a tough day. He picks up the loss. He went 2 innings plus, gave up 8 runs on 9 hits. All 8 were earned. And Caleb Daters came in through a pretty good inning. Davin Warman came in and finished things up. The final 4 innings, only gave up 3 runs. But by then, the damage had been done, as the Bulldogs win it here 11-5. Going to thank all you folks for tuning in today. The Bulldogs improved to 10-5 on the season. The Shoes fall to 14-2. For all of us at Wabash Catch TV, my name is Bruce Dickey, reminding you the final score. It was St. Anthony over T-Town 11-5. So long from Teutopolis High School.